from Lorain, Ohio.
And what do you coach here?
I coach, I'm the defensive coordinator. I coached the secondary the last 13 years, and right now I'm the defensive coordinator.
So you've been with Coach Ferentz a long time.
I've been Coach Ferentz's his last hire on his original staff. So I've been full 13 years now, going on 14.
What kind of man is Coach Ferentz?
He's a great guy, a great family guy. He's very personable, and he's really a great coach to be around.
When you're looking for defensive players, what kind of qualities are you looking for?
Well, one thing here at Iowa, we're always looking for guys that are very smart, they're very tough, and they give great effort. That's kind of a program that we're built on, is toughness.
And how do you judge toughness, Coach?
Sometimes you got to look into it. You can see it on the film and see how hard a guy's playing in the game or practice. Or sometimes you got to go a little bit deeper into checking with the coaches and some guys in the school to find out how tough a kid is.
Now, I've heard you guys don't necessarily recruit just on size and strength. I know you talk about toughness, but tell me, I keep hearing this where you guys can take 2- and 3-star kids and turn them into 4- and 5-star kids.
One thing we look for is a guy that's coming out of high school that probably plays a lot of different sports. He's a competitor, and when you play different sports, it gives you an opportunity to see the kid in different situations than he normally just in football. But what we're trying to do is looking for how well does a kid play on film. It's one of the biggest qualities. The film doesn't lie, and if he's playing well on film, we'll probably usually go ahead and improve it.
What kind of defense do you run here, Coach?
We're a 4-3 defense. We're mostly zone matchup team. We'll blitz once in a while, but really we're basically a 4-3.
And now 4-3, that's a defense a lot of pro teams run too, isn't it?
Yeah, some people play under, some people play over. We're going to have a 4-man rush majority of the time.
So, tell me about the NFL. I've heard that you've had some pretty good success getting your seniors getting a look or getting drafted or at least getting to make it to camp.
Well, I tell you what, the guys that have gone on and that have coached and played in the NFL, it really comes down to how much they really want it to practice and improvement. There's been a lot of guys come through here that you got to have the talent to play in that league, and I think this the preparation and what they do here and how we train them. We train them like the NFL.
Well, speaking of that, Coach, what does Coach Doyle mean to you as a defensive coordinator? How's he help you with his strength and conditioning program?
Well, obviously, Chris does a great job in the weight room and gives us a little bit of insight on our kids. But he trains them the best they can be, and so they can go out there and perform on Saturdays.
Now you were the defensive back coach up until last year, right? So tell me a little bit about this young man, Micah.
Micah is a great kid. He was another guy that played multiple sports in high school. Was a point guard, played quarterback, played free safety. He's just a great quality kid and got a great family, and it's really neat to see him have success.
Do you miss coaching the D-backs? How do you like defense coordinator versus D-backs?
One thing, it is a challenge. You don't have your own group of guys, but it has given me an opportunity to get to know the other guys on the team more personally, the defensive line, the linebackers, have a little bit more communication with those guys. And I did, tell you the truth, I do miss my defensive backs and just having my own group of guys.
So how's the team gelling this year, Coach?
I think we've made a lot of progress in spring. I think our guys are excited about it. We are in school right now, and it's still camp mode. But I think, I really enjoyed to see the progress of some of the younger guys making progress, and the older guys continue to keep on improving.
Well, let me throw you off football a little bit here, Coach. You've been coaching quite a while now. If you weren't a football coach, what would you be doing in life?
Good question. I think that I'd be in the finance world. I always thought I'd like to be a lawyer, but probably finance.
Probably finance? So what about finance intrigues you?
Just it intrigues me that, you're watching the stock market a lot of times. I was always intrigued with that, making investments. And, and to see your money grow, or you could lose it. So I mean, there's been a couple times I've lost, but I just like being around it and having an idea of just working with money.
All right, something else. You're a married man, I see.
Yes.
So tell me about Iowa City. What do you and your wife? You had one of those rare evenings you might get off during the year. What do you guys do in Iowa City?
Well, we're kind of a stay-at-home type of family, and with our kids. Our kids were 3 and 5 when they first came here. It's been really great for those two kids who go to school here in the same school system. It's a great education for them, and really, the time that we have off, we like to spend around and sit and watching TV a little bit, or just hanging out with our kids.
Well, tell me about Iowa City. What kind of community is it? People have preconceptions about Iowa. That it's just a bunch of cornfields and everything. And I see a beautiful city here. So if you could tell the kids and the families out there what this place is like.
Yeah, there's no question that the city is very unique, and there's a lot of things to do. You've got a downtown area, but then also you have an outside area where you can go to. It's been good. It's a very safe community. We love it here, and the people and the fans and the support here is super.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Hawkeye Nation a little bit. Tell me what it's like walking in that stadium, Coach.
Well, I tell you what, when I came here in 1999, and we weren't very good at that year, the first year we were here, and I came into the last game, we were playing Minnesota, and we had 65, 70,000 people still in the fans. I kind of looked up into the stands and thought we were at a real special place to see that many fans supporting the Iowa Hawkeyes.
So, obviously you've seen the ups and downs of this program over the last 13 years. What's been the biggest moment for you?
Biggest moment. There's been a lot of great things. I think the biggest thing that get to know the players when you're here, and you coach them, you see them go on and take success out. And some of them either go into business or they go into the NFL, and just the callbacks from the players that you coach, and they give them thanks to you for what you did for them to lead them through their college career, and that's probably been the most uplifting thing for me as a coach.
Coach, let me put you in a scenario here. So let's say I'm sure y'all are going to have a good season, and when you start recruiting for next year, and you're outside this area, maybe you're down in Nashville, or you're down in Memphis, or down in Louisville, or someplace like that, and you got a kid, and he's a star defensive back, and you got Georgia looking at him, Alabama's looking at him, Ohio State's looking at him, and you get to call on him. What do you say, Coach?
Well, one thing about when you go out and recruit them, you want to get to know them and see what kind of person they are. But also you want to kind of tell them a little bit about the environment here is at Iowa. And obviously football is very important, academics is very important here. But the tradition that we've had said, defensive backs into the NFL and the opportunity to play earlier and probably at some of those places. That's what we try to sell to those guys.
That's good. Tell me something that people don't generally know about Iowa football.
Generally don't know about it. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, it's one thing about it. Anywhere you go in the country, you always seem if you learn something Iowa Hawkeye, everybody knows about it. Something that they don't know. Probably a lot of times people don't know, and I guess it's with every program, is the time and commitment that you have to the game and what the kids actually have to go through on a daily basis and a weekly basis. And I think a lot of people have a misperception of what student athletes get. There's not a free education. They are doing a lot of other things, and it's like a full-time job. That's why I say, but that's pretty general probably in the whole game of college football.
So tell me about the pink locker room.
Pink locker room.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. That's all right.
What you guys say?
All good, all good.
Oh.
Cool, thanks.
The pink locker room here at Iowa has been a tradition since Hayden Fry got here. I think it was 99. No, 89. Scratch that. Can you scratch that?
Yeah, absolutely.
The pink locker room is obviously something that Hayden Fry brought with him. And I've been part of it on the other side in that big locker room. I just remember that when we came in there, the paint was still wet, and we ended up going ahead and trying to paper it with newspaper and cover it up. So I think it does have an effect on the opponent, because obviously it did with us at one time.
And who were you coaching for then, Coach?
Well, I was actually playing at Michigan State.
Oh, you were playing at Michigan State and you came in as a player there, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just remember bumping into it and having pink paint on your arm or your leg or whatever. So it's intriguing.
Crazy. All right, Coach. I'm just going to have you say a couple things here. Just repeat after me. Say, I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
I am an Iowa. I will say that again.
I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
Say it again, Coach.
I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
With conviction now.
I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
Okay. We are the Iowa Hawkeyes.
We are the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Once more.
We are the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I'm good. You good, Brad?
Good.
Good. That's it, Coach.